Libra, hey, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are wrapping up Gemini season. It's been a good energy for us. Definitely been seeing more momentum in the collective, meaning things that have felt stale, stagnant, obstacles galore. It's starting to lessen. We're starting to find solutions, see a little bit more momentum in the collective. And we are about to head into Cancer season. I love Cancer energy, a huge fan. It's all about love, home, nurture, family. Even if you don't have great relationships with whomever, whatever, it's that concept of loving and supporting ourselves, right? Being what we need for ourselves if we're not finding it around us in our environment, because there is a lot changing. I'm probably a little annoyed with myself at this point because I'm saying that on the regular. Pluto is in retrograde. It also went into Aquarius back in November. And so it's setting the stage. It's forcing change to happen because it's setting the stage for the next 20 years or so, the next decade. Or 2 decades, excuse me. So we really have to be okay. There's an element of surrender. That's partially why things haven't been moving as quickly as we had hoped, because we need time to actually learn through the process. Not always easy, right? But that's also why I like to start off the readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Libra, especially if you have something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It really is a great way to personalize these collective readings, and it works. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just interested in a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are good within ourselves, when we know who we are, what we want, etc., that's really where we manifest happiness and abundance from, right? Not when we're all disconnected, disoriented, or going after those quick fixes. It really highlights short-term gratification, right? And I would love to help you, support you in whatever way to kind of get to that long-term, right? The long-term gratifications. All right, Libra, with that, all the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. Definitely hit me up. I would love to support in whatever way possible. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Libra. So I feel like you're doing a lot of work to like purge stuff out. Like I'm hearing cleansing, really kind of letting go, releasing, or being really introspective on some level. Introspective because we're in that season of change, because certain things haven't worked out, and you're trying to kind of like figure out what that disconnect is. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, you might be a little hyper vigilant right now. You might be very overactive in your approach to healing, 100%. We have the Medicine Garden and the Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga can be a very interesting card. It's like, it really does talk about like to me, this seems like you're doing a deeper level of healing, right? This isn't just kind of the topical, like processing through something. This is getting to the root of the problem, because the Baba Yaga involves this element of wisdom, and it kind of carries this kind of crone type energy with it. The crone archetype of a woman who's gone through her seasons and she has the wisdom, right? She's gone through her years and she's learned through trial, tribulation, and basically you're in this vibe of like, I feel like you're kind of uncovering some things that maybe feel unexpected, feel like you wouldn't necessarily run into these things, but are exactly what you're looking for at the same time, right? So whatever you're dealing with feels surprising. It feels maybe not so fun, or it's requiring you to kind of shift or adjust how you are approaching certain things in your life. But it's good, right? It's good because it does really feel like it's uncovering the rats. It's weeding things out. There's a lot of this quote unquote divine timing at play, i.e. like, that's why it feels surprising, because it almost feels like you should have seen it before, or you should have known about this. I think that's your own stuff you're putting on yourself, because it wasn't supposed to be revealed until now. And I know that's like annoying. Like everybody says that to kind of get out of stuff, but it's true, right? There is, I mean, it's that value of the pieces of the puzzle. You can't put certain pieces in until other pieces are in their place. And even though there has been a lot, like I feel like you have had a lot of toxicity around you that you have had to weed out, it also looks like you're really coming through things. Yeah, I love it. I love that the labyrinth pops up. This prairie energy feels peaceful. I feel like you have a little bit more space this week to be okay, right? Like sometimes when we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to move through things quickly or get something done and over with, we can really kind of just miss the value in the healing process, in the learning lesson, being able to find peace, even though people, places, and things can be rather shitty, you know, unfortunately. Too bad, so sad. But it also gives us better guidance as to how to navigate the trickier things in life, right? The things that, like, I feel like are, I don't know, like to me, it's like things that are perplexing to you, but things that like you kind of need to break through in order to find this level of success. And I'm saying it in a way of like, that's your version of success. This is kind of like what you want to achieve in your life, your goals, what you want to build. And I think that you're in a really nice space this week. Like, I feel like there is more surrender with this divine timing, recognizing that everything does come in its own time and you're okay with that. It feels like you're better able to manage some of the chaos that is around you. There's a changing in your energy, like you're being a little bit more practical with your approach. And I'm hearing this in the way of like taking the lessons for what they are and then actually implementing them, right? So right now, Saturn is super tensely aspected to Jupiter. And that's kind of why we're not seeing things come in how we want them to or how we expect them to, right? Like there's these curveballs being thrown our way and Saturn's like, okay, figure it out. What are you gonna do, right? And that's exactly like how you're coming up. Like you're being open to community. I also see you being open to people and situations that are around you. It does feel like you are attracting people. Like I think a lot of this, and actually I'm seeing this as I'm looking in all these cards. It's like I'm hearing the wheel is turning and it might be moving very slowly, or maybe you just feel like it's been super slow, but it looks like it's finally like you're feeling it as well, but you're not in a rush. That's what I love. You're all about your balance this week. If anything, you're feeling really good and confident in that, Libra, which I think is really positive and powerful. It looks like you've been dealing with a lot of people, situations who just not been Like these are like bold-faced liars is what I'm seeing with this champions of blades. These are people who are very strategic and almost who value the strategy more than the connection, more than the collaboration. And this is like a lot of what your fuel is coming out of, right? These people, these situations who have lied, who have hid, who have maybe tried to present a persona that wasn't even true. And all it's about is them really taking the situation for granted, even though you've been extending some hand of like peace, it might not be an olive branch, but it's like, but someone's like, I don't know, but here's the thing. I think it's like, there's this energy of you kind of preparing for the future, right? Let's see what this Seven of Swords is for you. Because it looks like you're dealing with someone or something where neither party is divulging something, right? There might need to be a conversation that has to be had. But I'm almost seeing like, it's like you don't want to deal with this energy anymore, right? And that's exactly why, because you've had to deal with, like, I feel like you've almost had to find a lot of different ways to navigate through this toxicity. It does look like you've been dealing with someone who is pretty stubborn. They have to be the bigger person, right? This is the Goliath bird eater. I love this deck. It's so dope. But it's this value of, like you just feel like someone has been straight up shady. And I feel like either you've caught them or you've like caught on to their patterning or whatever this is. And like I said, like you still might be saving face to whatever capacity that is, right? Like, whatever you have to do, smile to get by, etc. But you're aware, right? You're aware. And it's given you, like I said, that fire to approach your next steps in a more inspired, creative, powerful way. Bumble flower beetle. You're expanding. And I think on some levels, and maybe this is where you've been a little bit frustrated, Libra, because it doesn't feel so eloquent. It doesn't feel so eloquent. I don't know that you could have made it any other way, to be honest, because like this is an energy that feels a little bit relentless. Like I was saying earlier, like this is an energy that like it's their way or else. And the only way that they know how to operate, interact with you is having it that way. Like everything about their presence, their persona, their decision making, it's all about winning. It's all about winning. And even if they don't even agree with themselves, it has like that kind of vibe around it. Like someone who just like constantly needs to push the situation in their direction, in their control. And I don't know that you're getting out of it. I feel like it looks like you're seeing this, or the more that you go through this over and over and over again, like I feel like you're already picking, or you've picked up the patterning. It's pretty apparent. That's that part of you that's really working to like purge out, release, heal, whatever this is. Because here's the thing, right now the Shinto shrine is in your blocked energy. It's all about good luck. Maybe you feel like you're stuck in this cycle over and over and over again. But again, it doesn't mean that things aren't happening behind the scenes. And it looks like you're feeling a little bit more confident within that this week, Libra. It's all about divine timing. This is parts of life that are just adding to who you are, your character, what you sense, what you pick up, the way that you're integrating into your life, i.e. the choices that you make, because it's forcing you to connect with your awareness, not just like what you see and hear on the physical level, on the surface level. And I feel like that's what this situation individual has really relied on, that you will be this certain way. But now you have been digging a little bit deeper into your intuition. This still isn't adding up. Looking at the disconnect and recognizing what this is, right? Spirit has been guiding you. Harmonize in the now, right? Like, okay, so we can't take away what people do. We can't change them. All we can do is change how we show up. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You have the Ace of Wands in your energy this week. The pattern is what the pattern is because this person's situation chooses it to be that way. And so now it's about working with that a little bit more creatively. And it looks like you're doing that this week, Libra. So a little bit of an annoying energy, a little bit of a frustrating energy, but it also looks like you got control or you got a grip on it. Sorry. I don't want to, put bad juju out. All right. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending love and blessings back to you.